Srimurtira Swadhyay Orchon. Huh? Huh? Mahaprabhu says. Srimurtira Swadhyay Orchon. Huh? Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Mathura Vasa, Srimurtira Swadhyay Orchon. You see, this Orchon, Sunga, Srimurti, most important thing, Atmavat. Like you, think of your body, how to decorate my body, nice looking, nice thing. Atma Bhakti, like yourself. Huh? Similar. As Mata's mother Jasoda is serving, Srimati Radharani is serving is Krishna. Mother Jasoda is serving Krishna. So nice. Mother Jasoda prepares nice dishes, prepares nice clothes, garments, nice thing, nice ornaments put in different parts. That, what do you say? Decorates the forehead with three locks, so many nice things. So it's pleasure, level of pleasure, you see. Similarly, you see, you have no love for. So this is question of love. You understand? So you should decorate in such a way that is your love will manifest. And Krishna will reciprocate, will be pleased. It looks naked, not good. So, Parameswara, do you understand? Why are you thinking about these things? Think of Krishna only. Develop your love for Krishna. Establish yourself this loving relationship with Krishna. Krishna is everything. You understand? Krishna is everything. Then always think of Krishna, engaged in his loving service, whole body, all your senses. You understand? No more thinking, no more attachment for any other thing else than Krishna. Then your relationship is established, you are fixed in your relationship and developed on our devotion now and engaged in loving service. Then your service will be loving service. And you'll get everything. You get Krishna. You get everything. Krishna is everything. What difficulty is there? Why? There's so much. Afflicted with this thought of maintaining family. Who maintains? You maintain. Krishna Vishwambhara. Krishna Karena Palana. You understand? Krishna Vishwambhara. Krishna Vishwa Karena Palana. Krishna is maintaining the whole universe. Isn't it? Therefore his name is Vishwambhara. Who maintains the whole universe. Gopinath, where are you? You are in Krishna's abode? I can't find you. Are you chanting your rounds? He said. Don't you chant early in the morning?
Yes.
Do you understand, Gopinath? What Mahaprabhu says, what Mahaprabhu's teachings are. This is one thing required, only one thing. This is one single pointed, not multi-pointed. You understand? Single pointed. This is unalloyed devotion into the lotus feet of Krishna. Only one relationship. That is relationship with Krishna. No other relationship. Automatically other relationships will be finished. develop distaste for it. Bhakti Parasanubhava, that verse is there. Automatic, it is automatic. You understand? So that's the whole mission of our life, ultimate mission. This prayojana siddhi is Krishna praying. Samanda avidaya praying. Samanda avidaya prayojana. Samanda relationship is Krishna, is only relationship, not relationship. And if there are some relationship, let it base on this relationship of Krishna. That's the real thing. Not the relationship. Finished. Then avidaya, how to keep up this relationship? This eternal relationship. It's through service. Devotional service, loving service. Then you will be able to keep up this relation. Otherwise, how can you keep up? You can't keep up. This avidya. Then ultimate is prem, is loving service. You understand? Is loving service, love. So only if you can develop love unto Krishna, and the only object of love. Krishna is the only object of nothing, no else, nothing else. Only object of love is Krishna. Don't develop that love. Automatically, everything will develop in you. All Dasyasti Bhakti Bhagavati Kinchana Sarvi Gunes Tatra Samasthi Sura. That verse is there. To develop this unalloyed devotion, that's Krishna, automatically all transcendental qualities, godly qualities will develop in your person. But no separate endeavor is required. It's automatic. As I said, Bhakti Parasana, three things automatically. You develop detachment, that's all material affairs, material activities, material relationships, material enjoyment, everything material. Develop detachment, and you get pleasure, transcendental pleasure in serving lotus feet of Krishna. That is Parasanubhava. Then Virakti, then gradual development, further progress, further advancement in path of bhakti you'll make automatic. You understand? All beautiful form of Krishna, all his transcendental pastimes of Krishna will be manifested before you. These three things will automatically come up. This is automatic. And one thing you establish here, this loving relationship with Krishna, that's samandha. Then all tattva jnana will be manifested. But tattva jnana comes from Krishna. Tesang sattva-suktanam vasatam piti. Gita says, Tesang evanukam oh jnana. Nasayami atma-bhavas. Jnana-dipena. Krishna said that. Automatically, the darkness, ignorance, despair. Very effulgent lamp of knowledge is enkindled now in the heart. Krishna does. It's automatic. You understand? Then mukhaṁ karoti vācālam. Then mukhaṁ karoti vācālam. You are mukha, you are dumb. Now you become an eloquent orator, speaker. And Bhagavatam. Become so. Isn't it? Become so. Yes. That is Vaishnava. That's Vaishnava's activity. You understand? That's Vaishnava's activity. Yes. Is Vaishnava. No other business. Whenever he opens his mouth, he only speaks about Krishna. Bhagavata. Glorified, speaks. Quoting authority, speaks. Defeating all bogus philosophy. That's force. Establishing Suddha Bhakti. That's Vaishnava. Suddha, become Vaishnava. Then, what is the necessity of this life? Why you will survive? While survive, what is the purpose of the survival? Survival of the fittest. That day we are discussing the survival of the fittest. What is real survival? And who is the fittest person? Huh? Who is the fittest person? Huh?
He who can develop his own Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, he is the fittest person. Was established his loving his lessons with the Krishna, is always engaged in loving. No other thing in there. Huh? He is the fittest person. And he really survives. Otherwise, what is the need of survival? Like a hog or dog? Dog or hog? That's also survival. Isn't it? That's not real survival. That's not the fittest person. Huh? Isn't it? Yes. This is the goal of our life. Achieve this goal. We should survive. Hmm. That is said, first canto also says that. Labho jiveto javata. He says, Labho jiveto javata. You'll survive only for this ultimate gain. Labho. Sriyo labh. You understand? You'll survive only for this ultimate gain. To develop this another devotion unto Krishna. Develop prayer. Prayers and such. This is the only purpose of survival. Otherwise, no need of survival. What's it? Like dog and hawk. No need. That's the whole purpose. Lamentation, fear, anxiety, no more finished. Sudhiye ananda. Then only at the not happiness. Wherever you look, you see all rejoicings, all happiness, all rejoicings are there. Non-happiness. You see, oh, wow, it's a nice place. There's Vrindavan, Golak Vrindavan, I am in Golak Vrindavan, all rejoicings, all happiness is there. No misery at all. So the ananda dikhi. But what we see, all misery, all lamentation, all suffering, all crying, like this, we see all these things. Very well. So Prayojana Siddhi, Prema. Prayojana is Prema. That we are discussing. Samanda Avidya Prayojana. We, the Vaishnava, knows this thing. So he survives only for this ultimate gain. Prayojana Siddhi Prema. Otherwise, no need of survival. What need? Why shall we survive? We won't survive for enjoyment, eating, sleeping, defending, mating, no. And all people are here struggling very hard, severe struggle for this, only for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. And they want, this is the aim of their survival, isn't it? That's no survival at all. They're dying every moment. They're every moment they die. They don't know. They're dying every moment. Know what is the real survival. The real survival. The Vaishnava teaches it. Bhakta teaches it. What is the real survival? Labha jiveta javata. Bhagavatam says the same. To survive for this real labha, prayojana siddhi, this ultimate gain, prem. Prayojana siddhi, prem, Krishna prema. That is the ultimate gain in human life. The mission of human life. Fulfill the mission of human life. For that purpose you survive. Otherwise, no need of survival. It's better to die. As Narottam Das Thakur says, Kenoma achoy pran, kisu ko lagya, Narottam Das keno na gelo maria. Narottam Das Thakur, Vaishnava Acharya says this thing. Kenoma achoy pran, kisu ko lagya, Narottam Das keno na gelo maria. Narottam Das Thakur says, why shall I survive? For what purpose? For what happiness? For what pleasure? It's better on the part of Narottam Das to die. If I cannot have this prayojana siddhi, pray. If I cannot have Krishna, cannot have the darshan of Krishna, huh? Then what is the need of survival? It's better to die. Narottam Das Thakur says like that. This Vaishnava Acharya teaches us. For what purpose shall we survive? This is the only purpose. No other purpose is there. You understand? So there is this question. Eat to live or live to eat? What is the purpose? Eat to live or live to eat? What is that? Huh? We don't live for eating. We eat for living and serving Krishna. That is the purpose of survival. No other thing. The others are engaged in very hard struggle for existence only to eat. They are living only to eat. Like dogs and hogs. The dogs are fighting, quarreling, isn't it? Dogs fight for territory. Some dog is here, some other dog comes, he fights, barks. Why do you enter into my territory? You understand? The dogs fight, dogs quarrel. For territory, for beats, and for the bones. The human beings are engaged in such fight. For territory, for material enjoyment, beats, and for bones. Our property, our territory, our property, and we have to enjoy like that. So they are fighting against for this purpose. And they don't know that everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Eh? And Krishna provides everything. He maintains everything, everybody. Vishwambhara, Krishna Vishwambhara, who maintains the whole universe. He supplies what is one's necessity. These people don't know this thing. So they are quarreling, they are fighting for this purpose. If they will take to this Krishna consciousness and can understand this thing, huh? I am the servant of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, supreme in all respect, supreme master. Everything supreme. I am a servant. So no, there was no quarreling, no fighting. Isn't it? There will be peace. There will be peace. Huh? All will live peacefully. If all will be engaged in Krishna's loving service. And Krishna has made such arrangement for everybody. That is the need in the nature. That is enough. Nature suffices to get. It's all Krishna's arrangement. What is the need of this fighting, quarreling? Huh? So jealousy, such enmity, like dogs, hogs, is only out of ignorance, isn't it? It's a great war, Gulf War, took place only for this purpose. Huh? It's my territory, my asset, my wealth, this oil. Under the sand there is oil. You understand? So, machinery runs. Everybody, every nation, every state, every country needs it. I am so great, Saddam Hussein. I am such great thing. I have so much. Who is there? Entering into my territory. So fighting is there. Quarreling is there. Nonsense. So much bombardment, so much dying, so much destruction, or desert. Sand and desert. Such foolishness. Such foolishness. Uh-huh. Everything belongs to Krishna. How long will you be here? Were you here previously? Will you be here always? Then, for temporary period you are here. You undergone so many species of lives. Huh? You have forgotten all these things. Once you are a worm, once a monkey, once a dog or hog, like this, bird or beast, or aquatic animal, a tree, 84 lakhs of species. Now you are a human being. Tomorrow you may be a dog or hog, a worm in the stone. Then, why are you fighting? It's quarreling. Become Krishna Das. Be established in your constitutional position and be happy. And be happy. And Krishna is supplying, is fulfilling all your needs. Serve Krishna. Then you'll be happy. Jasintuste Jagatusta. If Krishna is satisfied, if Krishna is pleased, everybody will be pleased. You are not pleasing Krishna, therefore you are not getting pleasure, not getting happiness, dissatisfaction, displeasure, all these things. This is the only reason. This is the only reason. This is only out of ignorance, all are suffering. The Vaishnava knows this thing, he teaches this thing by practical demonstration, practical life, practical life. He teaches this thing and he practices this in his own life. He is always engaged in loving service of Krishna. And he gets what Krishna knows. What is your need? Krishna knows better than you know yourself. Krishna knows better. Believe in Krishna, have full confidence in Krishna. The rest is sure. Be safe, be happy, engaged in your service, in his loving service, and be happy. That's the only thing needed, nothing else. Then this will be Vaikuntha. The material world will turn into Vaikuntha. Eternal life, blissful life. Isn't it? The whole, this planet will be elevated to the spiritual sky. Whole world will be elevated, whole planet will be elevated. That Mahaprabhu said to Vasudeva Datta. Isn't it Vasudeva Datta? Vasudeva Datta is Prahlad. Vasudeva Datta told Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu, you are Patit Pavan. You understand? Deliverer of the degraded, distressed, so merciful. Please deliver one and all living entities here in this material world. Please deliver. Then he says, if you say no, they cannot deliver. They have so much sinful reactions, committed so much sinful activities, so sinful reactions, they have to reap it. Then I say, give all those reactions to me. He says, such is his heart of Vishnu. Let me suffer here. You understand? Give all these sinful reactions, all the living entities to me. And let me suffer here. Let me suffer here and please deliver them. Please deliver all the living entities. Mahaprabhu said, you are such a great Vaishnava sadhu. Only a Vaishnava sadhu can say like this. Prahlad said and you said, you are Prahlad. Prahlad said the same thing to Nrsimha. He is Prahlad. Mahaprabhu said. When you are such a great sadhu Vaishnava, your heart bleeds to see the suffering of the living entities. Only a sadhu Vaishnava's heart bleeds, nobody's heart bleeds for it. Everybody wants his own comfort, own happiness, at the cost of others. You understand? Even killing others, destroying others, plundering others. Everybody wants to enjoy and live comfortably. But you want to suffer here, to take all these sinful reactions for all the living entities and deliver them. It's such a great sir. So Magnan heart. Why will you suffer? You won't suffer. Krishna will never allow you to suffer. Such a great devotee. Great suffer. Yes. Eke. Brahmanda tarite pare eke. If such a Vaishnava sadhu will come, he alone can deliver the whole universe. One person. Such sadhu. Yes, such sadhu. Vaishnava. You understand? Mahaprabhu said like that. Yes. Innumerable universes are there. Innumerable. Countless. We cannot count. If one Vaishnava like this, sadhu like this, so merciful, so magnanimous, he can deliver one planet, little planet, or one universe. What loss is there? It's better. Now that planet is elevated to spiritual kingdom and become one of the Vaikuntha planets now. Because of this sadhus, Vaishnavas, mercy. Mahaprabhu says, Sato, what is that one? Recollect exactly. Kamadhenu padir chagiye komare. Krishna is this supreme master, supreme proprietor, everything belongs to him. He is the master of the universe. He is like Kamadhenu Pati, he is the master of, he had innumerable Kamadhenus. You understand? Who is fulfilling cows, Kamadhenu, Surabhi cows like this. Kamadhenu Pati. Yeah? Such a great master, supreme master, Krishna. So if one chagi, this material world is like a chagi, like a sea goat. You understand? All Vaikuntha planets are like Kamdhenus. Material world like a sea goat, chagi. And everything belongs to that supreme master, proprietor Krishna. And if such a sadhu and Vaishnava comes and delivers one planet or one universe, that one of the sagis dies. You understand? One of the sagis dies. Is there any loss to it? Koti Kamadhenu Pati Sagi Ekomore. One was crores and crores of Kamadhenus. And only one sagi, one sea goat dies. What loss? No loss. You see? No loss that. That Mahaprabhu was said. This is Vaishnava. This is Vaishnava. This Vaishnava's heart. His heart bleeds. Seeing the suffering of the living entities. So he has come here out of mercy, descended here to shower his mercy unto these ignorant fellows, people. Out of ignorance they are suffering only. They are suffering out of ignorance. Otherwise, why they suffer? They don't know. জীব কৃষ্ণ দাস এই বিশ্বাস করলে তো আর দুঃখ নাই। ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর says, হ্যাঁ, জীব নিত্য কৃষ্ণ দাস এই বিশ্বাস করলে তো আর দুঃখ না। জীব is eternally Krishna's servant. If someone can understand this thing and is fixed in this belief, then he has no suffering. All his suffering is finished. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this. Jiva Krishna Das এই বিশ্বাস করলে তো আর দুঃখ না, আর no দুঃখ, no misery, no happiness at all. That means complete surrender into the Krishna's lotus feet and engage yourself in the loving service under the guidance of a bona fide guru. Then there is no distress, no unhappiness. You will find all pleasure, all blissful life you will lead. Definitely. Isn't it? No? Huh?
When I surrender, then maybe I'll know how blissful it is.
You don't know? That means you are not surrendered. And you are not engaged in loving service. Why not? Surrender immediately. Immediately, without delay. Surrender. Complete. Unconditional surrender, no condition. You understand? Unconditional. And engaged in loving service. Oh, Krishna's loving service under guidance of bona fide Guru. And find how blissful it is. You lead blissful life. You understand? Eternal blissful life. Yes. Sachidanandamaya. Eternal blissful life. Yes. Haridas Thakur, you see, Haridas Thakur is the example, you see. Sadhu Sadhu. Haridas Thakur. He was so much severely persecuted, beaten, mercilessly. But he was so blissful and chanting Hare Krishna. All his body, you see, the flesh was torn, his bone came out. So merciless persecution. Still, he was so blissful, chanting Hare Krishna and didn't curse them. Rather, prayed to the Lord, please forgive them, excuse them. These are ignorant fools. They have no knowledge at all. They have very low consciousness. They don't know what they are doing. If they would have blossomed consciousness, purified consciousness, they would not have done so. So they are ignorant fools. Please excuse them. He said, Gire, kuade jaitul Gire? So, Gopinath, then, is there any difficulty in surrendering? Huh? Any difficulty is there?
Only the material body, the mind, and the senses.
Yes. We have identified ourselves with this little body, mind and senses. Therefore we suffer. Misidentification. Nothing else. Misidentification, nothing else. And this is the cause of our reason of suffering. Isn't it? And otherwise there will no suffering at all. Soul is spiritual. It is not material. And your soul, spiritual. So where is the question of suffering for a soul? No question at all. Suffering is there in the material world and material objects, material things. Why spirit soul will suffer? Because of this identification. Because of this identification. Misidentification. Thinking this body, this self. So he suffers. This is ignorance. Therefore, Vaishnavas come, give this knowledge. They give you this knowledge. This tattva jnana. This tattva jnana. That is their mercy, daya. You understand? That is their daya, mercy. That they inculcate, they impart this tattva jnana to the ignorant fools, those who are suffering out of ignorance. This is Vaishnava sadhu's mercy. Nobody says this thing. You understand? Many schools, colleges, universities are there. So, is there such teaching? No. So many departments of education are there. But where is this department? No. Science of the soul. Only Vaishnava. Sadhu. He teaches this thing. He imparts this knowledge. Out of causes mercy he has come here. And that is his mercy. He imparts this knowledge. Inculcates this knowledge. Why are you suffering? You don't suffer. You are not body, you are mind, you are spirit, soul. Eternal servant of Krishna. You are engaged, surrender unto Krishna. Unconditional surrender. And engaged in his loving service. Under the guidance of the bona fide Guru. And be happy. Yes. And you know this body, one day this will finish. Go. Jatasya dhruva mridyu. Death is sure. Sure. This is mrityu sansara. This is such a world where there is birth and death. Where there is birth, there is death. Jatasya dhruva mrityu. Bhagavad Gita says, one who is born, he must die. Who is born? The body is born. Soul is not born. Soul has no birth. Why soul will die? Is there death to soul? No. Body is born and body will die. And any day it will die. It may die today, or tomorrow, after 1 month, or after 1 year, or 10 years. Any day it will die. And that is sure. It's sure. Death is sure. A self-realized soul knows this thing. This is like a change of dress. Vasans jinnani jatha vihara. Gita says, we have now put on this dress, it's torn, tattered. Then you change it, put on new dress, and throw it out. So, the changing of body means changing of dresses. The self-realized soul knows this thing. He is not afraid of this thing. So he never identifies himself to this body. Knows I am spirit soul, I am eternal servant of Krishna. So there is no suffering. Those who have identified with the body, they are suffering. This is our tattva jnana. And self-realized souls, Vaishnavas, they impart this knowledge. And they are fixed in this platform of knowledge. You understand? And they are always 24 hours engaged in loving service of the Lord, and they are always happy. in all conditions. Apparently, you may see, like Hardas Thakur, as if he was suffering, but he was not suffering at all. So mercilessly beaten, persecuted. Anybody could have died, but he didn't die, isn't it? Rather so happy, so blissful, chanting. How is it? Because he's fixed in this platform. He's a self-realized soul. He has no identification with body. His body. Any day to finish. Let it finish. So there is no suffering. Isn't it? So they situated in this platform. Gopinath, isn't it? What is saying, Maulana?
Maharaj, I've got one question.
Yeah.
Should we compete to please the spiritual master? Should the disciples compete with each other to try and please their spiritual master the most, or not?
Huh?
Should the disciples compete with each other
Competition.
to please their spiritual master?
Yes, it's spiritual competition. That's all. Healthy competition, not unhealthy. In material field, there is competition, it's unhealthy. What is a healthy competition? Not unhealthy. Therefore, we say, if someone makes some spiritual advancement, you understand? So, others should not envy, you understand? And should not become intolerant, develop this masteria. Should not develop masteria. In material world, it is there. When he's making some advancement, others become his enemy. They try to push him down, drag his leg down, or create some hindrance to it. Even the demigods also, because they are in material plane. Indra thinks, oh, why this? He is undergoing some severe austerities and penance. Will you occupy my seat? So he creates trouble. Indra is envious. He is attached to his position and so on. But the Vaishnava doesn't. He is a real Vaishnava. He never does. You understand? This is healthy competition. You understand? Healthy. He never grows intolerant. No. He is making spiritual advancement. I am so unfortunate. Rascal. I cannot do so. Rather feel sorry and begs mercy of that person, that Vaishnava. Please, give some dust from your feet, let me smear on my body, whole body. Get your mercy that I may make some advancement. It's like this. It's a healthy competition. It's not unhealthy. Material world is unhealthy competition. Hmm. Hmm. And if you are completely surrendered unto Krishna, you understand? Completely surrendered, unconditionally surrendered, and is engaged in this service under the guidance of Guru, best, all right, everything is all right. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Bhala manda nahi jani seva matra kari. Tomar sosare ami visho prabhar. Oh Lord, I don't know whether I am doing good or bad. I don't know. I don't know whether I am doing good or bad. I am only serving you under the guidance of my Guru. Best, I know this thing, this much. I don't know anything else. Best, then it is all right. It is all right. Other people may say something. There, many people are there. This is material plane. There are many people who will criticize you, who speak ill of you, many bad things. They'll try to create some hindrance, to do some harm to you, bring some loss to you, anything, but he doesn't care. It's complete surrender into Krishna's blood like it. Tell you that. Tell. Yeah? He doesn't care. It's complete surrender, he doesn't care. He's callous. He says, I am callous. He's callous also, this thing is callous. That is wow. You speak any ill to the wall, no reaction. He's callous. The wall is callous. You understand? But if I tell you, rascal, so reaction is there. Ah, I'm rascal. You idiot. Like this. You are not callous. So become callous.
So,
Like Jod Bharat. He was callous. People were throwing stool onto him. Stool, urine, all abominable things. Throwing onto him. They're so callous. He seated in such as flat. Like this. You understand? So he become callous. Then it's our life. You understand? But we cannot be like that. We cannot be like that. We are so conscious of our body that we cannot be like that. Isn't it? This is what. Yes.
so Guru Maharaj, we just follow the instructions of our spiritual master and endeavor to please him, and we just don't care what other people will think. It's just not be concerned. They may say this, they may say that. So,
Yes, we become careless. We are completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna under the guidance of bona fide Guru and are engaged in loving service. What he has said, that's finished. And we know these people cannot understand, so they are saying like this. All right, let them say. As I am deaf, I don't hear, I am careless. You understand? If you so no reaction, 2-3 times these people will say, then Roy is a madman. He is callous. He is like a wow. No need of saying. They will stop saying. Finished. Stop saying. Finished. And if you show some reaction, they will say more and more. Yeah. Isn't it? Yes.
in the Bible, there's one parable about an old man and a young man and a donkey. You know that?
Yes.
story?
Yes.
And everyone make some criticism, and they change again, but they could never satisfy everyone.
No, you can't satisfy anybody. Satisfy Guru and Gauranga. That's it's automatic. You can satisfy everybody. No. This world is such a world. Everybody is dissatisfied here. Nobody is satisfied here. Those who are material hankerings, they are always dissatisfied. They are not satisfied at all. Whatever they may get. As it is said in 9th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Jab prithibhyam brihi jabo pashavo striyo dhatavo. You see, still. One may get all the wealth in the world. All the wealth. Like Hiranyakya, Hiranyakashipu. All the gold, all things of enjoyment, they acquire. You understand? All the wealth, all the gold, all this silver, all iron, all metals, all cows, all animals, everything you possess. Still you find you are dissatisfied. You hanker more, more. Such is the case. Such is the case. Do you understand? So, such is the case here. So we say, be satisfied with whatever material you have got. Is enough. No more. You understand? Like Kolabecha Sridhara. He had nothing. Very small hut, thatched hut, still he cannot thatch it even here. So poor. Not a penny he had. You understand? So poor. He cannot thatch every year. And the scorching heat of the sun in the midday comes. And during rainy season, rain falls. Such. You understand? No household paraphernalia, nothing. Only one iron plate and it is broken plate. Broken plate. One iron plate, nothing. And Mahaprabhu drank water in that broken plate. He was so great devotee. He only, you see, sells this banana leaf, banana flower, like this. The inside, what do you say? Manja, we say, I don't know what to say in English. Is in Nadia market. He sells all these things. Earns only 2, 3 paisa, 5 paisa, like this. When Mahaprabhu goes there and plays with him. Oh, I want to take this thing. How does it cost? What much? 5 paisa. Oh, so much price. 5 paisa. Ah, you can't give. I'll give you 2 paisa. But I can't give it today. Next day, like this. Yes, catching hold of his hand. So there's transcendent playing on. He's so satisfied with it. When Mahaprabhu offers him his all opulence, take it, take it. No, I don't want all these things. He's so satisfied. What is need of this material? No, I am all right. Let this transcendent play every day go on with this Sachinandan, with the son of Sachi Mata. That's the only thing I want. So this is what it says. Be satisfied what you have got materially. Don't be dissatisfied. But always be dissatisfied in spiritual truth. Yes. Always be dissatisfied in spiritual truth. And always satisfied in material. Is enough. Nothing. No more. But already nothing. I cannot get anything. I cannot get anything. I cannot even reach that unlimited cell-like knowledge. I cannot even reach the soul of that unlimited sun. I am far, far away from it. Such wretched, such rascal. I am unfortunate, I am. Cannot get anything, I cannot have anything. My life is finished, is spoiled now. What shall I do? Like this, always dissatisfied in spiritual truth. Then you will make advance. That's the fact. You understand? Yes.
So the less things we have, the less attachments, then the happier we'll be.
Yes.
And the more things we have, then the more unhappy we'll be.
No hankering for material things. You understand? We satisfied all this. That is what needed. So you cannot give satisfaction to anybody here. Those were all material hankering. But how can you satisfy them? Can't satisfy. You may make all nice arrangements for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Still dissatisfaction. Still dissatisfaction. You understand? Still dissatisfaction. You cannot. Satisfy Guru and Gauranga. That's everything. Yes. Krishna took only a sack leaf, you see, tiny leaf. Eh? Very tiny leaf of sack, one leaf, from the cooking pot of Draupadi. And became so satisfied, so satisfied. One leaf only. Became so satisfied. That Durvasa Muni, with his thousands of disciples, their bellies all peeled. So heavy, they couldn't lift themselves from the water. That's taking bath. Because Krishna is satisfied. Because when to stay, they got to stop. This is it. You understand? If you can make Krishna satisfied, then automatically all will be satisfied. No matter. If somebody is dissatisfied, we don't care. What is that? We are not concerned. We are only concerned with the service of Guru and Gauranga and satisfied in this. Finished. You understand? It's automatic. It's automatic. You make advancement. You understand?